Yeah, if you're gonna play, focus on the game. Like, if you're gonna play focus on the game, right? Like what? And also, it's just like distracting. Like, I mean, oh man, it really bugs me. People always are like, "Oh, I don't know how to get better," and then it's like, yeah, you're playing chess while like watching a YouTube video or like watching a movie or a TV show on the side. Like, yeah, you're not gonna like play well while you're multitasking. And people are like, yeah, yeah, whatever, you know. Well, the reason it's hard to focus is because you're allowing yourself to get distracted. You just don't open other tabs. Close everything else if you need to. Yeah, I mean it's just gonna be bad for your chest to look at anything else. Like music is okay. If you're listening to music and it's not distracting you, I think music is fine. Music can kind of jive. But yeah, the focus is a really important thing, especially if you're playing a blitz game and like you're not able to focus for like 3 minutes. Like you're gonna have a really hard time in classical chess where you have to focus for like 4 hours because you're listening to the stream while you're playing. You're on Instagram. Like you have to think about the game. You have to think about the moves. It's not that complicated, right? Like there's a lot going on. There's a lot that could happen, especially when you have like such little time. The more you think about the game, the more moves you'll be able to find and the better moves you'll be able to see, right? Finding good moves is about seeing different options and choosing the best one, right? So there's always something to think about. And like if you can't focus, fine, I understand. I mean, it's not easy. Chess is not easy. But I think you're doing yourself a disservice with the multitasking. Like there's nothing is saying that you have to open new tabs, right? You don't have to open Instagram while you're playing. Like if you can't think about the position for more than 10 seconds, okay. But like don't open anything else. Just leave the board open, and if you can't think, don't think. But like opening something else, that's just committing suicide when it comes to your focus. Guys, if you want to improve, I really think this is one of the things that's holding people back. You got to work on chess without multitasking. You got to work on chess and actually focus on what you're doing. That's probably that's going to be my number one advice from now on. Is I realize what's going on. People are playing on their phones. People are playing while they're watching a video. Now I understand. Now I get it. This is what you guys are doing. You can watch our stuff later. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have VODs that are saved for 60 days. Of course, I want you guys to watch the streams, and watch the YouTube videos, but like, I just want to be real. Like, if you want to work and improve your chess, you gotta not multitask. Like, you have to focus on what the brain is not like. I'm not a neurobiologist, okay? Not a neurobiologist, but the brain does not learn when you have like, a ton of sensory input. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You can watch whatever you want, but I just want to be clear. Like, you're not allowed to like multitask while you're playing and then, complain that you're not improving. Those are the two things that you're not allowed to do. Either you do whatever you want, you have fun, or you focus on improvement. But the two mixed together, I think they don't mix. I'm sorry. But that's how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. I'm just speaking from experience. The main times where I improved my chess, I was sitting at the table, right? No screens, solving problems, working an hour, hour and a half per day, calculating, trying to do better, reviewing the solution, visualizing the solution over the board, trying to see like, oh, what did I miss? Right? And then if I got something wrong, just try to visualize the full solution just to feel like, just to see what it's like. Because otherwise it's just like, you're just absorbing passively, Like if you're playing and you're like watching some chess video on the side, you're not going to be as focused for your game, and you're not going to absorb anything from the video either. If you guys want, you can experiment, Watch a video and then see if you can even remember what happened a week later. If you can even recall what position was shown. Like 1 week later, right? Just see if you can even remember. Oh, you guys are leaving now? Where are you going? Where are you going? No, I'm just kidding. No, look, I'm saying you can watch the stream, you can have fun, but like, just keep it separate, Be very clear when you're just watching chess for enjoyment. Like, I like watching commentary. I find that very enjoyable. But it's a difference between watching chess for enjoyment and actually working on your game in a serious way, They're just two separate things. I think you'll be much happier if you learn to separate them. Dedicate time when you're just studying. 1 hour a day, hardcore calculation, no distractions, no screens, no Twitch, no YouTube, no Instagram, no Twitter, just you and the chessboard. And then once you've done your hour, then you can, have fun. Like, watch some streams, play some blitz chess. You can have fun, right? But don't confuse the two. Because I get the feeling that's what a lot of people are doing. They're playing a lot of blitz. They're playing distracted blitz. They're watching stuff during their game. Or they're like, they're on Reddit, while they're playing a classical game. Yeah, like that's not good focus, guys. And over the board tournaments, you're not even allowed any electronics, right? So if the goal is to one day play over the board tournaments, they're not going to let you multitask. You can't have your phone on you. It's just going to be you and the board. So you better get used to like some quiet time. I feel like I've upset everyone in the chat. I'm really sorry. I'm really, but I honestly have your best interests at heart. I'm just telling you what you need to do if you like really want to like up your level. It's just my opinion, okay? My opinion. You guys are free to do what you want. I'm happy to have you here. But let's not pretend like distracted chess is good. Thanks, guys. Sorry to get so heated. How the heck are all these streamers able to play blitz matches while reading chat? Well, here's the thing. Most streamers play a lot worse while they're streaming. Myself included. Like the people I've talked to, like we estimate that our level goes down like 100, 200 points if we're streaming and if we're talking. So it's not like they're able to do it. It's just that they play worse. But what are you gonna do? I mean, it's called throwing for content. If you focus on the game, you do better. If you have other stuff going on, like a video, or you're like talking to chat, you're gonna do worse. There's like very few exceptions. Some streamers, they get used to it. Like Hikaru is amazing because he just got used to it. And he's able to play at a really high level. But I would say even Hikaru probably doesn't play as well when he's like keeping one eye on chat and one eye on the game. He probably plays better when he's only looking at the game. Music, I think, is okay because music isn't necessarily distracting. Music can kind of like keep you focused. But it's really case by case basis because I definitely had times when I was listening to music and then I just noticed like actually I'm distracted. This music is distracting me. Any advice on how to not play too fast during classical games? I usually find that after 4 to 5 minutes, I don't know how to think about my move any longer. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a simple answer. You just have to spend more time. like what do you think about? Here's what you think about. You think about the move you would like to play. You think about how the opponent is going to respond. And then you think about your response to their response, right? And then you try to understand if you like where the game is going or if you don't like where the game is going. And then if you don't like where the game is going, then you look for a different first move, consider the opponent's response, and then consider your response to that. And then if you don't like where that's going, you have to look at a different first move, think about the opponent's response and your response to that. Now, let's say you find the move you do like. You find the move, you figure out what the opponent is going to do against it, and then you find a good response and you're like, I like where it's going. You keep thinking. You keep thinking because maybe the opponent has a better response, right? Try to find a better response for the opponent. And just because you found a move that kind of looks good doesn't mean you don't have a better move. Yeah? Like in any position, you might have anywhere between 3 to 7 moves that are reasonable, right? Sometimes less, sometimes more. So if you're only looking at one move or two moves and then making a decision from that, you're not really looking at enough moves. You got to just consider more ideas. Now, should you look at beyond those 3 moves, your move, your opponent's response, and then your response to that? Well, yeah, if you can visualize further, you should try to visualize further, and that's what strong players do. They calculate like 5 moves ahead, and they see if there's better options for either side. And if they like where the game is going, they look for another option. They see if they can find something stronger. So honestly, there's like really no limit to how much you can think about a move. Of course, there's a balance. You don't want to spend all your time right on one move. You can spend an hour and still not come to the right decision, but it's a balance. You have a clock, you have to manage your time, and that means not spending too much time, but also not spending too little time.